Good morning and welcome to the 2026 Virtual University and Degree Information Fair. This event has been happening all week long, and if you have missed any of the sessions taking place, you'll be able to view those on demand on our website by the end of the week. This event is comprised of a variety of diploma to degree partners um, doing pathway sessions for Seneca students. My name is Jennifer Kloosterman, and I am one of the Pathways advisors here in the Academic Pathways office at Seneca Polytechnic. If at any time you require any support with pathways, whether that be within Seneca or beyond Seneca at one of our partner institutions, our team is here to support you. All of our details and contact info will be posted in the chat during the session. After a brief presentation from Jessica from the University of Windsor, we will have some time for questions. So if you do have any questions, you can just feel free to post those into the chat and we will get to them at the end of the presentation. So thanks so much for being here today. And thank you, Jessica, for giving us some of your time to share your information with our students.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jennifer. Thank you all for welcoming me here today. I'm excited to share what makes the University of Windsor such an amazing place to live, learn, and build your future. As mentioned, my name is Jessica. I am an enrollment advisor here at the University of Windsor, so I specialize in supporting students located both in the GTHA as well as our transfer audience. I do have an MBA in Sustainable Commerce, a Bachelor of Arts in English and History, as well as I was a former varsity athlete during my time at university. So as you can see, I have a little bit of a different style of understanding areas of things like our arts degrees, but also things like our business degrees. So it's an opportunity for me to kind of share my experiences and my ways I navigated through university as well. So I'm excited to get to know all of you that are here today. And for those of you who are tuning in virtually, I encourage you to reach out to me if you have questions or want to chat with me at a different date as well too. So now that you know a little bit about myself, let me tell you about our University of Windsor. So Windsor is located in Windsor, Ontario, of course. We are right along the beautiful Detroit River, which offers over 5 kilometers of waterfront, just a short walk from our campus. Our main campus takes up about a few city blocks, making it ideal for walking or biking. And we are also Canada's southernmost city, which gives us some of the best weather in the country. Being located at the intersection of North America, our students have the best of both worlds, a safe small town school, as well as big city amenities right at your fingertips while you're studying. We have close to 18,000 full and part-time undergraduate students here at the university, and we have a diverse student body with over 30% of our student body from nearly 100 different countries. Academically, we offer over 190 different programs, 65 graduate programs, and 6 professional programs. We have on average a 29-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which is one of the best in Ontario, and this means that you will have the chance to really get to know your world-class professors that you're going to be learning from. So today you're here to learn more about how you can further your education after your completion of your diploma. So let me tell you a little bit more about what we offer you academically. First, I'm going to start with giving you a brief understanding of the different types of pathways that we have to the university. So first and foremost, our degree completion pathways. These recognize the completion of a college diploma or university degree by granting admission into an upper year of a specific University of Windsor program. This will leave you with a set number of courses required in order to complete your degree. For example, maybe you've completed a 3-year diploma in business and now you're looking to pursue a business degree. We offer a 20-course degree completion option, which I'll touch on a little bit more as we go through the presentation. Now for transfer credits, this would be university or college level courses completed at another institution and will be applied to the requirements of your degree here at the University of Windsor. So for example, maybe you're interested in something like our Bachelor of Arts in Psychology and you have completed a 2-year social service worker diploma. For this, we typically offer a minimum of 10 transfer credits on a course-to-course transfer. So we'd be looking at each of the courses you've taken at your institution and see how they can get transferred into our program. For this one, we don't typically have a set number of courses that you need to complete because we need to assess your transcript and assess your transfer credits, but we will do that at the point of admission. So we'll always tell you in advance of how many courses you need to complete. Now, for both degree completion and transfer credits, there are minimum requirements needed. These do fluctuate with each program, so if you have questions about these specifically, I am happy to answer them afterwards. But typically, we're looking for around a 70% average, whether that's a cumulative average in your diploma or course average, depending on the course-to-course transfer we're looking for. So those are some of the quick examples in terms of just some of the degree pathways that we have. Many of our pathways and agreements are found in our faculties like our ODET School of Business, Faculty of Arts, Humanities and Social Sciences, Engineering, Human Kinetics, and Science. We do have 8 undergraduate faculties for you to choose from at the University of Windsor. I am going to quickly just breeze through some of the different pathways that we have faculty by faculty in case you're here for a specific program. But again, this will be super brief because I want to save lots of time for questions. So I'll start off with those faculty pathways. And like I said, lots of questions available at the end. First and foremost is our ODET School of Business. So as explained earlier, we do offer degree completion options. These are available both for 2-year diplomas as well as 3-year advanced diplomas. We even offer pathways for students who've completed a bachelor's degree in a different area outside of business. So whether you're in a diploma or a degree program at Seneca, if you want to come to our ODET School of Business, I'm definitely available to answer those questions. Within our Faculty of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, we have a number of different pathways available for students completing both 2-year and 3-year CAT diplomas. We offer pathways into things like a general Bachelor of Arts, whether that's psychology, sociology, criminology. We also have them in disability studies, liberal arts and professional studies, and more. A number of these are course-to-course transfer, but we do have a few degree completion pathways specifically in our social work, psychology, as well as disability studies. So again, I'm happy to answer some of those questions. For our Faculty of Education, we don't have any direct pathways into our Faculty of Education. In order to apply to a Bachelor of Arts in Education, which is a 2-year Bachelor of Education degree, you do need to have a degree first. So for example, if you were looking to teach elementary students or kindergarten students, you might be looking at something like maybe a psychology degree or maybe even sociology degree or something along those lines. You can take your diploma, apply into our Bachelor of Arts, complete your degree, and then you would apply to education. So again, there's no direct pathways from diplomas into our Faculty of Education, but if you have completed a bachelor's degree at Seneca College, we can definitely chat about how to apply to education. Next up is our Faculty of Engineering. We do have some degree completion options available for students who've completed a 3-year advanced diploma in technology from a Canadian college. So that, of course, includes Seneca. We offer streams in things like general, biomedical, mechatronics, mechanical, and civil engineering. Now, if you are looking to become a professional engineer, you will have to apply into our traditional Bachelor of Applied Science and Engineering degree. This is an accredited degree. Our Bachelor of Engineering Technology program, unfortunately, is not an accredited program. So if you are looking to just have a degree in engineering and still be able to practice engineering and work in engineering fields, the BEng Tech is a really great option. If you are looking to become a professional eng, you will have to apply for a course-to-course transfer into our Bachelor of Applied Science degree. That's a 4-year degree. On average, it takes students from a 3-year advanced diploma about 2 to 2.5 years to complete at our university. So it's a little bit longer in comparison to our degree completion option, but a really great pathway if you are considering things like professional eng. When it comes to our Faculty of Human Kinetics, we don't have any direct pathways from Seneca College, but we do offer a lot of transfer credits from related disciplines. For something like our Sport Management and Leadership program, on average, students with, or if students are completing anything in things like recreation or leisure or things along those lines, you may be able to get some transfer credits. For things like our Kinesiology and Health Studies program, oftentimes we might be looking at things like massage therapy or different elements like that. So again, there are transfer credit options available within this faculty. For students interested in our Faculty of Nursing, we again don't have any direct pathways from Seneca, but we do have an opportunity for students who are looking to get into our Faculty of Science or Faculty of Nursing by completing something like the pre-health certificate. This is a way that you can earn admission into our Faculty of Nursing. And we also have opportunities for course-to-course transfer depending on what you're taking. Maybe it's practical nursing, for example. We do have a pathway from our practical nursing into registered nursing at the University of Windsor. To be eligible for this, you need to complete your practical nursing diploma, you will need to be working for at least 2 years, and then you would apply to our registered nursing program. It's about 3 years to complete the registered nursing program once you get to the university's campus. Again, I can help with any questions afterwards as well. Next up is our Faculty of Science. We have several streams and pathways available for students completing both 2 and 3 year CAT diplomas. A really common pathway that we have is from Police Foundations, where you can earn, it's a 2+2 agreement, where you'd have a combined Bachelor of Arts in Forensics. It's our applied forensic science stream. So you do 2 years of Police Foundations, 2 years at the University of Windsor, and you would graduate with a Bachelor of Arts in Forensics. You will have an opportunity to do kind of an interdisciplinary focus. You'll have focus on things like forensics, but also maybe criminology or psychology, depending on what you're looking to do. We also have a number of pathways for things like our applied science stream. Again, it's a 2+2 agreement for students who have taken a diploma in environment and are looking to come to the University of Windsor for environmental science. We have other options in things like our 3+1 agreement for applied chemistry for students with a 3-year advanced diploma in chemical laboratory technology. So a really strong pathway for students who are looking to move into chemistry, whether you're looking to go into pharmaceutical studies afterwards or things along those lines, or medical school, of course. Last but not least, we do have our computer science degree completion options, as well as our BIT, Bachelor of Information Technology degree completion options. These are some opportunities for students with 2 or 3 year CAT diplomas. Specifically within our BIT degree completion, those are for web development, internet applications, or computer system technician diplomas as well. So last but not least is our Faculty of Law. I often talk to a lot of students who are looking to go into law school. When it comes to law school, it's very similar to our Faculty of Education. In order to apply to law, you do need an undergraduate degree first. So if you have a diploma, you're going to need to apply to Windsor or any university really to upgrade that diploma into a degree, and then you can apply to law school. You can apply to law school with any undergraduate degree. So you can do our environmental science, or you can do history, or you can do psychology, whatever you want to do, then you apply to law school. Again, happy to help with questions afterwards. So that brings me to the point of talking a little bit about the application steps. Now, when it comes to applying, I know you have a lot of resources in your current institution for applying to universities or supporting with that, as well as our transfer guides that we drop off and things along those lines. But I'm going to go through some quick reminders and important areas that are really helpful when it comes to applying to the University of Windsor. First and foremost, I want to highlight our future.uwindsor.ca transfer website. This is a resource that is dedicated to transfer students. So it's an opportunity for you to look through and understand a little bit about our transfer process. So I do recommend bookmarking this website for future use. We can also put this link in the chat afterwards as well. So when it comes to applying to the University of Windsor, there are 5 steps that I want to recommend that you take a look through. These are all available on our website as well. We do have a how to apply guide, which will have all of these steps listed. So when it comes to applying to the University of Windsor, the first thing you want to do is take a look at our transfer pathways and course equivalency database. This is available on that transfer website that I mentioned. So on our website, you'll be able to look through and understand a little bit about what diploma might transfer to Windsor. So once you get to that search bar, you can type in your diploma or the area that you're looking to study. So for example, if you were interested in something like social work, or you're in the social service worker diploma or something along those lines, you can type that into the search bar and it'll actually drop down and show you the different pathways that we have. It'll also show you things like academic requirements, transfer credit agreements, the degree that you're going to be earning at Windsor, and so on. So it's a really great place to start to see what you might be able to get access to from your diploma at your current institution. Now, when it comes to course transfer, I've mentioned that a couple times. If you wanted to look and see which different types of courses might transfer to the university, we do have something called a course equivalency database. This is for any previously accredited courses at the university. It'll be anything that is it's a live document, so it's our live database, so it gets updated as we look at more transfer credits. So just keep in mind that if you happen to type in your program or your course code and you realize that, oh, it's not actually showing any courses from that specific diploma that I'm in, doesn't mean that you're not going to get transfer credits. We do have to go through the process of assessing your credits still. So there's a chance that you still may receive those credits. It's just that we haven't previously assessed them before. So don't panic if you don't see it, but hopefully they are there for you so you can kind of get an idea before you apply. So the next step would be step 2, which is applying through the OUAC. When you apply through the OUAC, you will have some deadlines. Specifically, certain programs have specific dates, so keep that in mind. But when it comes to applying through the OUAC, we typically recommend that you apply for, let's say for the next upcoming date would be September. We recommend that you apply for May 1st. So if you are currently completing your diploma right now and you're looking to continue your education, you could technically apply for our spring-summer semester, but if you want to take a little bit of time off and you're looking to apply for September, then you would apply by May 1st. Okay, so keep in mind that sometimes that means that you are still completing courses at the time that you apply. That's okay. Okay, we just want to make sure we see what courses you've completed on your transcripts and which courses you have remaining. We might be able to offer you admission based on what you've done previously, and you might not be finished your courses yet. Those are called conditional offers. So that's a way for you to still get an offer of admission before you even finish your courses. Of course, you have to complete those courses and do a certain average or complete a certain average in them, but it's still a great way to kind of know that, hey, I'm in, I know what I'm doing next. When it comes to applying, we do have, it's $156 to apply through the OUAC, and there's a $75 supplemental fee for assessing your transcripts. To apply directly to the University of Windsor, it would be $231. Keep in mind that with that $156 application fee, you automatically get 3 choices. So if you like 3 programs at Windsor, great, you can apply to 3 programs. But if you're looking to apply to other universities as well, you can use us as one of those options and then apply to other universities. Keep in mind that supplemental fees are different for each university. So for us, like I said, it's $75. You may have to pay an additional fee at a different university depending on which programs you're applying to. Step 3 of that page that I was showing you was finishing your application. I've kind of checked a little bit or talked a little bit about this already, but one of the first things to do to complete your application is make sure that you're sending in your transcripts. They have to come immediately. So what that means is even if you're finishing courses, so if you applied today and you're in courses right now, please still send your transcripts. That's the only way that our admissions team is going to be able to begin assessing your application. Without those, we don't know what you've taken. Okay, so make sure that you're completing the first step of that, of your typically listed on your to-do list on your UInsight student portal. Make sure you're sending in those transcripts. We do typically also require high school transcripts. Now, for many of our degree completion pathways, for example, you will have to have, the admission will be based on your college diploma. We still need your high school transcript. So you're always going to be required to submit those. If you have any questions about that or need additional help, please let me know. The other thing I would mention on here that's listed on your screen is activating your UInsight student ID. You'll get an email acknowledging your application to the University of Windsor. This will contain your student ID and PIN number. You should activate this immediately because that's where you're going to be able to check your application status, as well as make sure that you've completed all of your items on your to-do list, like double checking your transcripts are in, for example. Steps 4 and 5, what'll happen here is we are going to be looking at initial assessments for transfer credits based on our course equivalency database. For courses that maybe haven't been previously equated, you will be required to submit your course outlines or syllabus. So if you're in a program that maybe you're not seeing some of those transcripts, or sorry, some of those course equivalencies on our database, you might want to start kind of compiling some of those course syllabuses that you're in right now. That way it's just really easy to submit them if our admission team asks for them. Friendly reminder that when it comes to things like minimum averages, we do need at least a 60% average on your university level courses to be considered for a transfer credit and 70% from college level or diploma courses. When it comes to understanding your transfer credits for a transfer credit program, this will be all released on that UInsight student portal, and it'll be under something called an academic advising report. So you'll be able to see all of this on your UInsight student portal. You'll also have access to our academic advising team. We have a central advising team, and the main person who you'd be in contact with is Samantha. She is our transfer advisor. So she would be able to sit down with you and look at all the courses you've taken, look at your transfer advising report, and help you pick your classes once you get to Windsor. So you're always going to have supports in place when it comes to coming to Windsor, getting an understanding of what's going on and what courses I need to take. So we're always here to help you. The last thing I want to mention before I move into Q&A is scholarships and bursaries. This is another common question that we receive. We understand that finances can definitely be a concern as a transfer student. Our financial aid office does offer guidance on scholarships, grants, student loans, and ensuring that your financial barriers do not hinder your academic journey. From scholarships and bursaries, we do offer $14 million in scholarships, bursaries, and awards annually to our students. A great tool that we have on campus is our UInsight Student Award Profile. Once you have access to your UInsight student account, you will also gain access to another tile, which is this awards profile. So you'll be able to go in and build out this profile by answering questions like what program you're in, if you're a transfer student, if you're a mature student, any of these questions, and it'll automatically filter any of the awards and scholarships that you're eligible for. So it takes away the need to have to research hundreds of awards and scholarships each year. It'll automatically show you what you need to do, whether that is maybe clicking a button to say apply, or maybe it's looking at submitting a letter of reference or personal statement. We also have opportunities for you to look at things like your OSAP estimator, tuition estimator, and things like that on our scholarships and awards page. So I do encourage you to take a look at that as well. So in terms of the content, that's it for me. I'm going to move over into Q&A at this point. I am going to open up the Teams meeting here to see if we do have any questions in the chat. And I'm going to wait a couple of minutes to see if anyone decides to put any through. So we'll wait in kind of that awkward silence for a couple of minutes to see if anyone has any questions. Otherwise, thank you all so much for joining, and I hope you found that helpful.
Thanks so much, Jessica. That was super helpful.
Yeah, awesome.
A lot of
Happy
great
to help.
information there. Yeah.
I know it's a lot of information to take in. So what I'll do is, as we're waiting, I do have Diana. I see your hand is up, so feel free to ask a question.
I'm just going to, I'm going to unmute Diana.
Sure. I do see while you're unmuting them in the chat, there's a question here. 3 years of computer system technology, talking about that pathway. So are you interested in coming into our Bachelor of Information Technology program or computer science, or are you unsure? And while you're answering that, I'm going to pull over our transfer website, which I will also put in the chat for you. So this is the transfer website that I was kind of chatting about. Okay, so you're looking to go into engineering. So when it comes to our transfer website, on the database and the search bar that I was talking about, if you were looking to understand kind of what you can use from your computer system technology program, I would start with typing in computer. Now for computer, you're going to see a lot of it going into computer science. Technically, you can apply to any program. If you want to apply to something like engineering, you're more than welcome to. Now, when it comes to applying to a program outside of your diploma kind of style of the diploma, or the area of your diploma, you may not just get as many transfer credits. So for something like our engineering streams, you will need to meet high school prerequisites. So for high school prerequisites, we will need to have advanced functions, physics, and chemistry. Okay. For something like ENG4U, our English requirement from high school, that is waived once you've completed at least 1 year of a diploma program. Okay. So you don't have to worry about taking English, but you will need to take physics, advanced functions, and chemistry. Okay. So that's something that you're going to need to meet the requirements for in order to get admission to the university in engineering specifically. Now, when it comes to transfer credits, a little bit challenging to be able to give you even a rough estimate, just because you're coming from computer systems technology into an engineering program. Maybe be getting a few transfer credits for some of the courses outside of our engineering stream, but I would say that you're probably looking at least 3 years at the University of Windsor to go into engineering, probably 3.5 of them, being completely honest. So it's definitely a pathway, not trying to hinder any of those, your ability to change pathways into something like engineering. It just might take a little bit longer than if you were going into something like, let's say, our BIT program. So if I were to look at our Bachelor of Information Technology, I'll just type in info. So you had mentioned, perfect, thank you for that question. So in something like technology, so for example, BIT, if you have completed a 3-year computer system technology program, I know this mentions St. Clair College. Please don't worry too much about that, because you would have a general pathway as well. It would be 15 courses required to complete. So that's about 1.5 years of school. For this, we do still need to have one math course from high school. So you will still need to have either advanced functions, calculus and vectors, or data management from high school. Okay, so if you are missing a math course, let's say, for something like computer science, we usually recommend advanced functions. So if you want to keep your options open, I would do advanced functions if I were you. You can do those online through something like TVO ILC learning, or you can do it at an adult learning center, up to you. But those are kind of the main requirements, if that helps. Yeah, of course, happy to help. And that link that I'm kind of going on here is in that chat for you as well. So hopefully if you have additional questions, you can link through that. And then I will also just put for everyone here in the chat or in the room, my Windsor email, just in case you didn't get it the first time. Perfect. Diana, I know that we've been waiting for you. Do you have more questions or any questions?
Yeah, I do. I have a question. Do you guys have on-campus housing, and do you have off-campus housing?
We do have on-campus housing. So for residents, if you're looking to come live on campus, we do have guaranteed residence for any student coming to us for their first year of school. So that includes you coming from us if you are coming to us from a different institution. So you would be guaranteed a spot in residence for at least your first year. Afterwards, you can reapply to live in residence. It is not guaranteed. It's first come, first serve. But we did also just build a brand new residence building, which included 400 new beds on campus. So we currently are not operating on a waiting list, which is really great for being able to live on campus. In terms of off campus, we have like an off campus support area in terms of being able to live around our campus, but we don't have like a dedicated office. So we'd be able to provide you some resources for off campus housing. Most students are kind of like finding it on their own by doing some research, using the resources we provide, that sort of thing. So definitely opportunities to live off campus for sure. A lot of our students do. But in terms of making sure you have guaranteed spot, you do have that at least for your first year. Great question. And while I'm waiting to see if there's any follow-ups, I will provide you a link to our residence page, just so then that way you can take a quick look as well. If you wanted to take a look at our different buildings that we have 4 buildings for you to choose from. Typically speaking, for residence halls, it would be Alumni Hall would be beyond first year students, which is you. Laurier Hall and some of Rodzik Hall, which is our first year, brand new building on campus. So you would have access to Laurier, Alumni, or Rodzik Hall. So, any other questions?
Okay, so it looks like that's it for the questions. So I think we'll wrap up. Again, for any students that are here, feel free to get in touch with Jessica directly. Jessica's email address is there in the chat. And if any students need any further support with pathways, all of the academic pathways contact info is also in the chat as well. So thanks so much to everyone for joining today. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Take care.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.